All right, so to start off, I want to start with some good things here. Several good things going on through the building. Number one, we survived Halloween. Kids actually did a pretty good job when we popped in and peeked in the classrooms. They were actually, in some cases, more calm. So go figure. But we survived those. We're moving on. It is already November, if you can believe that. Another thing, our chronic absenteeism data, as we talked about at the beginning of the year, some of the new legislation that's come through with the state has really kind of pushed good attendance with students and given us some teeth in trying to make sure that kids are in attendance. And so I believe, as a school for all of last year, had a 16% chronic absenteeism rate, which means 16% of our kids were 10% or less, or had 10% or more absences, or absent 10% of the days or more. And we are down to 12% currently. So we've got a little bit of a ways to go with some of it, but I mean, we have come down. We are hitting our goal. Our goal was to be at below 13%, so we're hitting that. Our M-class interventions, we've gone through and done a second round of progress monitoring. We're still seeing some growth with our students, so that's encouraging. We're seeing a little bit more of the variation of skills that we're working on, so that kind of leads me to believe that some of the students are getting those foundational skills, and it's moving them along into the appropriate skill set that they need work on. So that's exciting. We've had some really good conversations in our CTs about what we want students to be learning, and really looking at are our assessments meeting the requirements of the standard? Do we have enough evidence to show that they have met those standards? And through that, we've had some flexibility within our teams to talk about what standards we are going to be reporting on those report cards, and knowing that if we don't have enough evidence, we don't have enough evidence, but knowing that these are end of the year standards, we're going to continue to spiral through those standards, and students will continue to work at their building their proficiency in each of those. So that's really good. And then here, also want to make everybody aware, we have our care closet. It's actually been in there for a couple weeks now, but want to make sure everybody was aware of it. So there's a little room in between the doorway into the gym, and then where they dump their trays, there's kind of that little walk-through room where we have chairs and folding tables. The nest room has actually set up a care closet in this space here, so there are actually some clothes there. So this is open to teachers, open to staff. If you have any students that have needs, you don't need to come check with Mandy or Nest or anybody. You can just go and see if they have what you need in there. But there is all sorts of clothes in there. We may not have every size, but that is there and open to you to use. We just ask that students don't go using that unsupervised. So if you want to take a student down there with you, totally fine. But just another good thing that's happening in the building. So nice job.